Are you ready?
Now please welcome the hosts of Dual Wield Wednesday, Vegeta Almighty and Jin Drax. Take it away, guys.
Greetings, my loyal subjects. It is I, the Prince of All Saiyans, Vegeta Almighty, back with a Thursday edition of Dual Wield Wednesdays. I know this is a bit last minute, and God, we have been slacking. But, you know, I'm, as always, joined by my illustrious co-host, Jin Drax, to say hello.
Heyo!
So we are terrible at this, and we are really sorry that we have not been... You're going to sneeze again. There it is. We're really
Allergies.
Sorry. Yeah, I know, right? We're really sorry that we haven't been... You good?
No.
Okay. We're really sorry that we've been really bad at this, as you can hear by our unprofessional sneezing. Pulling a he who shall not be named. But, yeah, no, I'm really sorry. We've been really busy with a lot of other things.
Like getting ready for fucking Mania,
Woo,
baby.
woo, woo! I cannot wait. We leave tomorrow. This is being recorded the day it's going to be put out. So just know that.
This is
Sorry if the editing's a bit lazy, but
non-existent.
well, yeah, okay. So we figured we'd at least do this. We have been really slacking on our content. I actually recently started a new job, so I've been very busy with that. And our schedules have not really lined up the way that we'd have liked them to.
Yeah, it's been really awkward, but we were able to come together, and we have a lot to get into. We have a lot to go over this episode, so let's get into it. We still have some preparations to make before our trip to Philadelphia to WrestleMania 40.
So what we're going over today is we want to go over our predictions for WrestleMania. So
and we're going to do it two ways. We're going to do one, we're going to have two predictions apiece. One of what we would want to happen in the scenario, and one of what we're expecting, what we think is actually going to happen.
I was just going to suggest that too, by the way. But real quick, first, before we get started,
brain cell.
A little bit of news on how we're going to handle this. Obviously, we're going to release our predictions videos today. Be on the lookout for the whole weekend for vlog videos from my perspective or Jin's perspective, depending on if he decides to take something that he really wants to see. But yeah, be on the lookout for some vlog type videos. We're going to show you guys off our experience there. Just give you a little taste into our real lives, and I hope you guys. We're going to try a little something new there. But
we might even release a couple of scuffed audio videos of us just talking about how they actually had the matches and whatnot. So it may not be the professional setup, but we might still have an episode or two.
You're going to get the raw experience from us, no pun intended, in the Uber episodes of Dual Wheel Wednesdays.
Yeah, right.
But let's just go ahead and get started with night one of WrestleMania 40. So I'm going to go from what I think is going to be our opening match all the way up to what I'm predicting because there's not like a set schedule, obviously.
Not yet. Yeah.
But this is what I think the order is going to be in. So starting with Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus Santos Escobar and Dominic Mysterio. And I'm going to let you actually take it away with the predictions on this one, starting us off.
So I think this one's going to be a sleeper match. I think it's actually going to be a pretty decent match. I'm going to say, for storyline's sake, obviously, you want the baby faces to win. In this instance, I kind of think Dirty Dom and Santos, they need the win more than Dragon Lee and Ray. If it's the first match, it's going to kind of set the tone, I feel, for the rest of the night. So I would want Ray and Dragon Lee to win, But it is WrestleMania Night 1, and there's a prediction later on that'll make more sense for me saying this, but honestly, I think it's going to end up being a Santos Escobar and Dirty Dominic Mysterio win, which is going to kind of lead into some of the predictions later on.
Couldn't agree with you more. This one's a no-brainer for me. I feel like we went like nothing you said was controversial. The only thing I will slightly disagree with you on is, and it's not even a real disagreement, because I do think Santos and Dominic need this win more. But I think they need it more than Ray. Not so much than Dragon Lee. I think Dragon Lee could, obviously use a good Mania win. But considering who he's teaming with and going against, I think the right call would be to put over Santos and Dominic. And honestly, that's who I want to see win. Not because I like Dominic for any stretch of the imagination or anything like that.
I like Dominic more than I like Santos.
Santos is boring. I'm going to be honest. Santos is very boring. I like booing Dominic. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, like Dominic's at least, you can do something with him.
And he's a good worker.
Ray's just a legend. Ray's already kind of proven himself.
Yeah. And
Dragon Lee is the future of Lucha Libre.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Dragon Lee is the next Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, we're getting tons of good Lucha things in this match. You already know that.
Absolutely. So,
I just don't think they're going to let Dominic lose 2 years in a row. Because there was originally rumors that this was going to be Ray versus Dom 2.
Yeah.
Originally. But then they tacked on the tag team. And they were originally going to have Dom go over this year. So I think Dom pins Ray in the middle of the ring. That's my prediction.
It's either going to be Dominic pinning Ray, or it's going to be Santos pinning
Ray's
Ray.
taking
either
the
way,
pin.
I think Ray's taking
his shoulders are getting pinned to the mat.
Yeah.
Hands down. But yeah, that one's an easy call for me.
Yep.
So we're going to move on to the next one. Bianca Belair, Naomi, and Jade Cargill versus Damage Control, Dakota Kai, Asuka, and Kairi Sane. I'm going to take away this prediction real quick. What I want to see happen is obviously I want the waifus to win, Asuka and Kairi, but I also don't see that happening. I see for me, in my mind, this is a Jade Cargill exhibition. This is a Bianca, Naomi, Dakota, Asuka, and Kairi are going to kind of carry her through this match. Not that she necessarily needs it from a working perspective, but she's relatively new to the WWE crowd. She's not really had a match yet, other than the Rumble. So I think this is going to be she's going to get the pinfall victory at the end of it. But I think Bianca, Naomi, and the rest of them are going to carry her through this match a little bit. And I think it's going to be plenty of cutoffs on the apron when she's reaching for the tag. Very heavily teasing her getting in the match, but never quite getting her in till the end. And I think that the faces are going to take this one. Now, another thing that I would like to see here, but I don't see happening per se, and this is something that people are kind of theorizing that's going to happen, a Bianca heel turn. I do not see it happening. I would like a Bianca heel turn. Maybe a bit of frustration with Naomi being like, screw Damage Control, we don't even need to be in this situation, or a bit of frustration with Jade coming in and stealing her thunder a bit. I would like that, but I really do not see that happening.
I feel if that were to happen, I feel like that's going to be a post-Mania thing.
I agree. I agree if it does.
At Mania.
I would like it to happen at Mania. I don't think it's going to happen at all, but if it does, like you said, I think it's going to set up for a backlash match, like on a Raw or something.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Personally, I agree with your prediction, to be honest. Since this is going to be Jade Cargill's second official match since the Rumble, but first, actual, in the ring wrestling match.
Not gimmicked.
I feel like this is going to be a Jade Cargill exhibition, and I agree with the way that I think I agree with the way that you think that they're going to set it up to where there's going to be a lot of keeping Jade Cargill out of the match until till the last segment of the match.
Getting the cheap pop, basically.
Yeah, get the big pop, and then she's just gonna come in and destroy things.
House of Fire. Yeah,
she's essentially gonna Brock Lesnar the shit at the end of it.
Yeah.
and that's just what it's gonna be. And then yeah, I can kind of see Bianca doing a heel turn after Mania, but she's gonna absorb the Mania spotlight with the other two.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's yeah.
It just makes the most sense for them to go over with Jade getting the pin.
Yeah.
It just makes the most sense. And you know, if it's one thing we know about Paul Levesque, he's gonna do what's best for business.
Honestly, it could really be a long burn heel turn.
Setting up for Mania 41, maybe. Yeah. That would be cool.
Setting up for Mania 41, Bianca versus Jade.
You know how much Triple H loves his long-term storytelling.
We all love it, and that's why Triple H loves the long.
Somebody get this man his chef's hat, because he is cooking anyway.
Right. All right. What's the next match?
I think we're gonna have the. I'm just gonna go through the list now. 6-pack ladder match for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. We got Judgment Day against the Awesome Truth, DIY, New Day, New Catch Republic, and A-Town Down Under.
All right, so I'm gonna take this one first. So, because you know how I love my tag teams.
Yep.
Here's what I want to happen first. This is the perfect opportunity, and I think it's the perfect setup to resplit the tag team.
So you and I, you heard that too, huh?
What Michael Cole said? Not even like a. I didn't hear anything.
Okay, go ahead.
But I think they're gonna take an opportunity because they have tag teams from Raw and tag teams from SmackDown. So my prediction is that New Catch Republic is going to take the SmackDown titles because they're going to be hung separately.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So New Catch Republic is going to take the SmackDown titles, and then I feel like either DIY or honestly, what would be really funny is if the Awesome Truth did it. But I feel like DIY or one of the other tag teams from Raw. Honestly, it's going to be either DIY or the Awesome Truth because they're the Raw teams.
Yeah. Judgment Day leaves empty-handed?
Judgment Day leaves empty-handed, but for a reason.
Yep. Okay.
Setting up a prediction later.
Yeah.
We'll circle back to that. But Judgment Day leaves that match empty-handed. And then, yeah. So you have, I think New Catch Republic is going to take it for SmackDown. And then I'm hoping, I want DIY to take it for Raw. But it would be hilarious if the Awesome Truth took it. If they took the Raw Tag Team title.
Yeah, you're not going to believe this. We are 3 for 3 right now on predictions. Because Michael Cole said something to the effect of the match ends when both titles are taken down. So I think that's what's going to happen. I think DIY.
Yeah, I
think DIY is going to take the Raw titles, and then Judgment Day is going to like freak out and then knock them off, and they'll set up some sort of feud possibly with them later on down the line.
See, the reason why I think that is because I think they've got the two members of Judgment Day are the tag champions.
Yes, absolutely. I agree.
It should absolutely, if any of them are going to be tag champions, it should be Dominic and JD.
Yeah, absolutely. Because neither
Finn,
of those two need tag teams titles. They're main event guys.
Exactly. And Finn and Priest are definitely main event guys.
Yeah. Not to say that tag titles can't be main event draws, but Priest is setting up for bigger things. And Finn has always been for better things.
Yeah, Finn's always been for better things. I agree. And honestly, if nothing else, Finn should be ruling the mid-card right now.
Yeah, if nothing else. Yeah, I agree with that. Or
going for the mid-card.
I think New Catch Republic's taking it for SmackDown. And I think... I genuinely think DIY has got...
I fucking want DIY to get it. Well, because look at it this way. Bad, dude.
Because look at it this way. You're setting up two feuds right there. A-Town Down Under versus New Catch Republic. That's going to be a feud that can go on for a while for the tag titles. And obviously, the Judgment Day's a Raw team, and they've been feuding with Awesome Truth and DIY. I don't see Awesome Truth getting it for the simple fact of those guys are great, but they're more singles and they're kind of a comedy tag team at this point.
Yeah.
Because, R-Truth
Which,
is a
that's why
comedy
I said
wrestler.
it would be hilarious, because R-Truth has got his own beef with the Judgment Day
It would be
right now.
great. I would love it, but at the same time, I don't see that happening. I see DIY taking it.
Like I said, I see DIY taking it more, but I'm not going to be mad if it ends up being the Awesome.
I wouldn't even be mad if it was New Day.
As long as the Judgment Day doesn't walk away with the fucking titles.
Yeah, they need to be stripped of both those titles.
Well, see, here's what I think was going to happen with the New Day. Is I think they're going to continue their Imperium beef.
Maybe Imperium
So
shows up
Imperium's
and costs them the
probably
match.
going to show up. They're going to get close, or Kofi or Xavier's going to get close. And then Imperium's going to show up and they're going to cost them the match. And then fucking they have their feud going on the background while you have DIY finally getting the tag team titles.
That's good. You know what? I'm going to let you cook. We're going to move on. We're going to move on to the next one here. So, this one is... I don't know where I sit with this one. It's Jimmy and Jay, the Uso brothers, going against each other. Oh. This could go either way.
Really, it could.
Because, let's be honest, Jimmy needs the win way more than Jay does. Because,
I don't know, bro.
Because Jimmy is mid-card at best, and Jay is main event Jay Uso.
But see, here's the thing.
Jimmy has been booked poorly.
Jay is main event Jay Uso in name only. He ever since he has come to Raw,
he's had a couple of good matches. He's had a world title match.
He's had a couple of good matches, but he hasn't been over. Like, he's put over, but every time I see Jay Uso, I feel like he's missing something. Like, I feel like he's lacking. And it's not for Jay himself. It's the way he's been booked. Like, he was booked like it was a big thing. He was riding a big wave. And then he just kind of got shuffled off to the side a little bit.
To be honest, they kind of screwed him over by doing this whole thing with... SummerSlam was a terrible pay-per-view in the grand scheme of things for the Usos. Yeah. Let's just put it this way. Like, it was it furthered a story. It gave us a good match that we want to see. But the way that it was a short term. I don't know. It was kind of like beneficial, a short term.
A short term gain, long term loss.
Because the booking between the two of them has been so sloppy. Like, first of all, Jimmy is a certified jobber on SmackDown.
Essentially, yes.
And Jay has been in the main event scene, but he's in the main event scene when there's another guy. There's 3 other guys that really are obviously being set up for the Mania spotlight. And it's like, it was such a bad time for him to get split the way that he was. I'm glad that they did, and I'm glad that they're getting their dream match together. But this is why this is such a hard match for me, because they've both been kind of booked kind of poorly. Jimmy way worse than Jay.
I'll give you that, yeah.
But I can see it going either. This is not the last match they're having.
No.
Number one, this is not going to have I don't think this has a definitive end. I mean, I think it has a clear winner, but I think that the feud's clearly not over by the end of it.
No, absolutely not.
They're going to drag this out because I feel like Jimmy gets the win here. I feel
like Jimmy cheaply gets the win.
I feel like he gets, I feel like he cheats and gets the win. I feel like it's bloodline interference. So here's my prediction. I think what's going to happen is Jimmy's going to win cheaply, and he's going to get the win. What I want to happen is Jimmy to get the win very cheaply and have the bloodline take out Jay. We'll come back to the reason for this later.
Yes.
So, what is your predictions on this match?
Honestly, I'd say the same. I don't feel like it's going to be total bloodline. I feel like it's literally just going to be Solo that comes out to help Jimmy and fucking destroys him. I
also want to see Rikishi.
That would be fucking great.
I want to see the tribal cheeks. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, I would love to see Jimmy get a W. Honestly, this match for me, it's like you said, it could go either way. For me, I don't really have a preference on who I would like to win. This one's just going to be a great match to watch for me. Storyline wise, I feel like I said, like you said, I think Jimmy should win as cheaply as possible, so we can have kind of like a series of these to kind of give Jimmy and Jay a little bit better booking, because they do their best work when they're together, whether they're against each other or whether they're tag teaming. And then honestly, at the end of the day, just fix their fucking booking. Like,
yeah.
If you're gonna, the thing about the Bloodline that makes me angry is, as powerful as Solo is, Solo's a fucking jobber. As fucking Jimmy is essentially just a comedy character that's a fucking jobber. And these two are the henchmen. It's like, if you look at fucking Hercules.
Yeah.
Fucking Roman Reigns is Hades. And then you've got Pain and Panic.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Like, that's what it screams to me. And the way that the Bloodline should be, at least in my eyes, the Bloodline should be a scary, dominating fucking force. Like,
whereas right now,
even
the
if
Bloodline
Jimmy's
can
a
be,
little funny,
yeah.
Jimmy can be funny.
He can still be.
But at the end of the day, you take care of business.
To me, Solo and Jimmy scream J&J security at home.
I swear to God.
Like, oh, so my brother Roman Reigns saw that I had security and he wanted to get a couple of guys himself. Ha ha! Because I am a visionary. Anyway,
Yeah.
sorry. So they're J&J security at home. Like, that's what they are.
Essentially, yeah. Like, it's fucking... It's hilarious. But yeah,
You'll never be able to unthink that, by the way.
Never. I'm gonna have to give it to Jimmy. I want Jimmy to win, but it could really go either way. This one is.
There's no wrong answer.
There's really there's really no wrong answer, and there's so little actual build up to this that they haven't.
They did a very poor job of building this.
Yeah.
I think they should have went the original route that I said, and have. They kind of started to go that way because Jay was in the Survivor Series match.
Yeah.
But I think it should have been Team Jay versus Team Jimmy.
That would have been better.
And I think that could have started the build, but you know, neither here nor there.
Anyway,
Moving on to another one that I'm very excited to see because I know they're going to beat the ever-loving piss out of each other. Gunther versus Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship.
I will lead us off on
Please
this one, my friend. So, I'm going to give the end result first. And I'm going to say Gunther retains.
Okay. Is that what you want or is that what you think?
Both.
Okay. Okay.
Don't get me wrong. I love Sami Zayn. I absolutely love Sami Zayn.
I think he's too big for the Intercontinental title at this point.
Honestly, yeah, I think he's a little bit too big for the Intercontinental title, but it's not just that. It's that, honestly, I feel like it needs to be Chad Gable.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Like, I feel like it needs to be Chad Gable at this point. Gunther is a fucking... He's a dominating force, and I absolutely love him. Like, he does not have a bad match to me. Any match that he's in is very physical, it's very brutal, and it's very strong style.
Yeah.
Which I absolutely love strong style wrestling.
Yeah.
Like, it's fantastic. Also, I love the fact that we can use the term wrestling again.
Yes. Oh my God.
Like,
because that's what they're doing. They're wrestling now.
Yes, but
sports entertainers. You've got attitude. Anyway, sorry. Look at Taz. He used to be a killer. Now he's a fat commentator. Not a good one. Anyway, sorry. Oh no. What was that?
You'll know.
Oh, you'll know. Hold on, wait. Then are you? What is going on? Why are you doing this? No, your microphone is not plugged in. There it goes, working now. Something. This cord is.
This whole time.
Anyway, it's stupid.
Going back to what I was saying though, so, I love strong style. Gunther is very, very good at what he does. He's a very physical character.
Gunther.
And honestly though, I really think it needs to be Chad Gable. Either that or if they're going to make Gunther lose, which I don't know why they would at this point, because I'm just saying Sammy's not the one. At least not for me.
Not now.
I love Sami Zayn, and I don't want it to get misconstrued that I have any kind of Sammy hate, but it's just he's not the one for me for the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania. If they do have Gunther lose it, then the only thing that I can see it doing is putting Gunther in the main event scene at that point, and then giving Sammy and Chad Gable a reason to feud with Gable turning heel. But I don't really want to see heel Gable.
Yeah.
Or I don't want to see heel Gable like that. Like, he's already got the seeds planted. Like, you know it's going to happen.
Yeah.
But I'm not as excited for it as if I would be if Chad Gable took the belt off Gunther.
Yeah. So, I'll say this, finally we found one where I kind of disagree with you on. Now, what I think is going to happen, 100% Gunther retains. I don't see what I want happening happen.
Yeah.
But I'm going to take a little bit of a page out of your book about what you said earlier. What I want to see is in that six-pack ladder match, I want to see New Day get screwed by Imperium. And what I want to see is them get some vengeance and screw Gunther out of the Intercontinental title. Or possibly stop Imperium from screwing over Sammy.
That one I could get behind. Because if they...
Maybe not directly interfering, but preventing interference.
Yeah, I was going to say, like...
And then you could set up your inevitable Sammy versus Gable feud.
Yeah, that's... I could see that. I could definitely see that. And it's... You know, it would make more sense for them to stop Imperium from interfering. Because if Sammy beats Gunther at WrestleMania because of interference, that's a Monday Night Raw.
But the
and
problem
it makes the title win feel cheap.
But the problem for me is that's the only way that's kind of the only way I'd want Sammy to win, because I like Gunther, because I think he's dominant, and I think you either need Gunther to retain against Sammy by shenanigans and have him actually look worried for a change, or have Sammy beat him with shenanigans and have Gunther still look strong, basically. And then Gunther can just kind of progress into his main event phase. Yeah. I feel, and the only other reason that I said have them interfere is because I would love to kind of see that feud go on between New Day and Imperium, possibly with a returning Big E Langston. But you know, it would have
amazing.
To be. But that's a big if. That's a big ask, and I get that.
That's a huge ask.
So what I expect to happen, obviously, Gunther's going to retain. And there's another reason why I expect that to happen. We'll get into that later. Next one, Women's World Championship. Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch. This one's easy for me. This one is so easy. Mommy wins, hands down. There's no... don't get me wrong, Becky, she's the man, but she's going on a book tour. Number one. Number two, it's Mommy. It's Rhea bloody Ripley. She's not dropping that title. So what I expect to happen, Rhea retains in a brutal, hellacious match. Now, what do I want to see? I want to see Rhea Ripley retain in a brutal, hellacious match, followed by AJ Lee returning. But that's just a me thing, and I'm not getting that, so...
That's very wishful thinking.
I'm not getting that at Mania, I know.
No, but you might get it on the Raw after.
Possibly, yes. I'm sorry. That is my favorite women's wrestler of all time. AJ Lee is the fucking GOAT. But, anyway.
I have to give that to Lita. Lita has always been my number one.
I like Lita, but she's fucking... AJ's wrestling circles around her. But let's go with your prediction for the world title match. I mean, obviously I know...
Obviously, Mommy.
So we're just going to move on?
Yeah.
Okay, so perfect.
Like, there's no reason to elaborate. Just Mommy.
So, we move on to our obvious main event. The Bloodline. The Rock and Roman Reigns versus the Woe Man himself, the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes, and the Visionary, the Revolutionary, Seth Rollins.
Freaking Rollins.
Oh yeah, let me put some respect on his name. Seth freaking Rollins. or as Drew called him, Seth Cringelord Rollins. I mean,
I love Drew McIntyre.
This is going to sound so weird, but what I want and what I expect to happen are the same. Rock and Roman go over.
Yep.
Hands down, because you're stacking the deck, right? Now, what I really do not want to happen, there's two things in this match. One, I do not want Cody taking the pin, per se, because I just feel like
He shouldn't.
Seth,
eat
the pin.
Seth should eat the pin.
This is where I disagree with Geekdom. Yeah, I think that Seth should eat the pin. I feel like who should get the pin is the question. I feel like maybe Reigns. I feel like Reigns has to get them. I feel like The Rock should be involved as little as possible in the actual finish of the match. As far as like being the legal person, I feel like Reigns should get the pin over Seth. Ooh, actually, you know what? That's a bad idea. Because that just loser brackets the title even harder.
Yeah.
Rock should get the pin
over Seth. Because, again, shenanigans.
Yes, for sure.
And B, if Reigns pins Seth, then, you just solidify the loser bracket. Which isn't good for any superstar that's coming up to hold that championship.
I didn't think of that. The other thing I don't want to see a Seth heel turn.
I don't want to see a Seth heel turn either.
You would at this point you would already kill Night 2 for me.
Yeah, I mean, a Seth heel turn would fucking destroy Night 2. I mean, yes and no, not necessarily.
Maybe,
because
I don't know.
There could be justice done on Night 2.
I don't think that turning Seth heel is the move.
I don't think so either. That's why I don't think they're gonna do it. But Seth's one of those people. He's like a fucking Randy Orton. You got to keep that shit in the back of your mind.
True.
Because if not, it'll come up and surprise you.
Yeah.
Like when he took the chair to Roman Reigns back. Nobody saw that.
That's true. Yeah. So I think it's obvious you agree with me on this one.
Yes, I 100% agree. Bloodline's gonna end up taking Night 1. They've got to, because the payoff is going to be so much sweeter on Night 2 if Cody ends up winning.
It just makes more sense because you're introducing alright, so here's the options. If we win, it's a reggy-deggy match, one-on-one, that, it is. Or, if we lose, then it's this stipulation that was the much more clearly interesting. It's like when Taboo Tuesday, when they used to be like, oh, is this match going to be a arm wrestling contest, a debate, or a Japanese deathmatch, Extreme Rules, Hell in a Cell, on fire, exploding ring match? Which one do you guys want to see? No shit, we want to see the last one. It's like back when Taboo Tuesday used to stack the deck towards what they wanted. It's clear that they're going to set up Bloodline Rules match.
Yeah.
Because you're setting that anticipation. You're setting up that, you're stacking the deck against Cody. And we will put a pin in that because Night 2 is going to start off with the Pride versus the Final Testament. I think my predictions for this match are Jin is going to go take a shit and miss the whole thing because he doesn't care.
Listen. Y'all know how much I love my tag teams.
There's the build for this is so boring.
It really is. Ever since Karrion Kross left NXT, he's not been an interesting character to me. And I don't think that's any fault of his personally. I feel like it's been kind of his booking. And then the AOP joining and them creating the Final Testament. Honestly, I feel like they're feuding with the wrong people.
Yeah.
I feel like
it feels so thrown together.
The Final Testament should be fucking feuding with the Judgment Day.
This feels slapped together at the last minute.
It really does. It just kind of gives them a reason to be in WrestleMania.
Yeah, it's a reason to get them all a payday.
Yeah.
Bobby Lashley is floundering right now.
That's pretty much it. And it's not even Bobby's fault. It's just there's so many more interesting characters that have been built over the last year, and he's just not been one of them.
And he got unfortunately screwed out of Mania last year, which we all know now the reason why, which is, understandable, and it's very sad, but, it would have been nice. had he got something other than oh, hey, look, you guys could have scrambled to put something together. Yeah. If you scrambled to put this together, you could have given him a match last year. I think the Pride takes it. I think it just sets a fun, popcorny fight feel, Just they beat the hell out of each other.
Again, this could be a very well a set the tone match because like our predictions in night 1, it starts with the heels winning and ends with the heels winning. And in this one, if it sets the tone for the night, like I think it's going to, then it's going to be a good fight.
I think we're going to get a reverse of what we got.
Night 1.
The past 2 years.
Yeah.
Where night 2 and night 1, there was a clear heel versus face night. And I think we're getting the reverse of what we usually get. To spoil the prediction for the end, which we all knew what my prediction was going to be for that anyway. But let's move on to the next match. It's AJ Styles versus L.A. Knight. Yeah! I think it's clear who we want to win. I think it's clear who we think is going to win. With everybody saying L.A. Knight. Yeah! It's very clear. We don't even need...
When it comes to the megastar, there is only one. And AJ Styles, you're not going to take a chair to the megastar at WrestleMania. Nah.
I got a gift for him as a hat. Yeah! Got a souvenir for you.
Man.
I hope you guys get paid overtime, because I'm going to be back. We don't even need to go through in depth to this. It's very clear who we think's going to win. Yeah. Who we want to win.
Ever since he's been back, AJ's been kind of a priss and just pissy, and I'm ready to see somebody put a fist in his fucking mouth.
I don't think this ends the feud.
Oh, absolutely not. It absolutely does not end the feud.
AJ's not going to be able to take that loss.
These two are fucking main event guys, and right now they're sitting backseat in the main event scene. So they need something to keep going until
I see this being a trilogy.
Yeah.
With a blow off at not Backlash, but whatever comes next. Moving forward, because we already know that one was easy. United States Championship Triple Threat: Logan Paul versus Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. Now we already know what I want to happen in this match. I want Logan Paul's plane to not make it there safely. But it's neither here nor there.
Don't fucking put that out in the universe. We're flying, asshole.
Whatever. I hope he gets stuck on the tarmac and he has to miss Mania.
There you go.
Yeah, I hope he loses by default. But no, seriously, in all seriousness, I don't wish death on the guy. I just wish he would stop filming dead people. But again, neither here nor there. I obviously, what I want is not what I think we're getting in this match. I want Randy Orton to get the title. Because I'm a huge, Viper head. But I think we're getting Kevin. I think we're getting KO. Getting the KO done. That's just my personal thought. I think it's going to be, obviously KSI's punk ass is getting involved. And obviously the Knucks are going to get involved somehow. Who ends up using them? Who ends up getting hit with them? I feel like is irrelevant in the grand scheme of things, so long as the right person ends up going over in the long run. Jen, what do you think is going to happen in this match? What do you want and what do you think?
Honestly, I really want KO to get it.
You think Logan's going to retain?
I think Logan's going to retain.
See, I disagree with you on that solely for the fact that I think he's got a lot of, things coming up lately, or after Mania.
I agree.
So I think he's going to be too busy to defend the title, and I think he's going to be off TV for a while. You got to also remember, he's going to be there for his brother's fight, his brother's massacre when he gets absolutely murdered by Mike Tyson. So he's going to be there for that. He's got a lot of stuff coming up, so I don't think Logan Paul's going to...
He's had the title and hasn't fucking defended it.
But he's competed regularly lately.
Lately, yeah, but I mean...
Well, since he's had the title, he's competed fairly regularly.
Not when he first got it.
No, he defended it, the next show, did he not?
The next PLE.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, though. It's he's got entire time in between.
But he's got a lot of stuff coming up, though.
He does have a lot of stuff
So I think he's going to drop it, just based on scheduling.
Possibly. It's very possible. Like, if you look at the scheduling and whatnot, it's very possible he's going to drop it. Honestly, I don't want Orton to take it.
I don't think he needs it. But I just want to see Randy win at WrestleMania in person. That's just all it is.
I mean, in all honesty, I just want him to RKO somebody.
I just want to see him win because that'll be 3 for 3. All 3 shows I've been to that Randy Orton was at, he won.
Yeah.
So,
honestly, yeah. Randy, it would be great to see. Honestly, it'd be fun to see Randy win, but ultimately, when it comes down to it, KO is the one that needs to hold that title.
He needs it more. I think Randy could do more with it, per se. He could take it to different places. Because let's be honest, that title's lost a lot of value lately.
Yeah.
Especially, even and as much as I hate the guy, even before Logan had it, the title had started to depreciate in value.
Yeah, it was after. Cena brought it back for the most part.
Yeah, Lashley held on to it for a while, and I don't feel like Lashley did enough with it. But I think that was less about him and more about his booking.
Yeah.
But moving on, WWE Women's Championship, Io Sky versus Bayley. This one's tough for me.
This one's very tough.
Because
this one could go either way. Because you could set up the long-term feud with Bayley and.
This doesn't end here. This does not end here.
I don't feel like this ends here.
I want Io to retain because I want them to start booking her better and start giving her. I want this to be a good match, and I want them to give her a good championship reign. What I think can happen is I think Bayley needs it more. For if I'm being perfectly honest, Bayley needs it more. I think Bayley's going to win, setting up for a rematch. I think at the end of the series, Io walks away with the title again and ends up, kicking Bayley back down the card. But Bayley, I think, needs this W.
Yeah.
She needs a WrestleMania dub. She hasn't had the title in so long. Bayley needs this dub. So, as much as I'd like Io to retain, I think Bayley needs it more. So that's my prediction.
Honestly, I agree. I feel like Bayley needs the title in the WrestleMania dub more than Io does at the moment. That and they're kind of floundering with Io's title reign. She hasn't really defended it much.
She hasn't done much with her title defenses either.
Yeah, she hasn't done a whole lot with those. She hasn't really defended her title. She hasn't really... she's been on TV, but she hasn't done anything other than...
Her matches haven't been much of note.
Jump people, yeah. It's been... She has been, for the most part, and again, it's not necessarily her fault, but to me, at least, watching it, I don't care about her championship reign, if I'm being honest.
I love Papa H, but nobody bats 1,000. He's killing it in a lot of different places right now. Sometimes
the WWE Women's title is not one.
It's not necessary. Well, the storyline is pretty good. What we got going on in Mania.
The storyline's pretty.
But Io's title reign as a whole has been very. I think maybe that's what they're setting up for, is because it's been so boring that we want to see Bayley win.
So that way we can get some excitement back into the title.
So maybe he is cooking and we just don't know it.
Yeah, and it could be Triple H's long-term storytelling, but there's times when you gotta have the champions do more than just have the gold, man.
Yeah.
That's kind of been the thing, the running theme with WWE that's kind of been a problem for me.
It's not been an issue for...
They're all about, these guys have had these titles for this many days, and these
guys
have had these titles for these many days.
As hell,
But
what have they done in those days?
Exactly. When they're looking at fucking, and as much as I don't like Terry fucking Bollea.
Oh my God, brother.
When you look at Hulk Hogan's title reign, and how many title defenses he had, and how many matches he actually wrestled in between those title defenses.
I wrestle 400 days a year, dude.
Yeah. Well, and he says that because he doesn't know fucking math.
Well, it's because time travel, brother. Yeah. I invented the time machine, dude. You should know about it.
But, you look at the fucking title reigns, and you look at what they've done. He's done so much more than Roman has in his time, and yet everybody, WWE is dick riding Roman so fucking hard. He's been champion for almost as long as he hasn't fucking done anything with it.
Well, brother, I'm the one.
He wrestles fucking 5, 6, 7, maybe 7 times a year.
Well, brother, when he first came back, I was the one that he beat for the title, dude.
Yeah.
it's
kind of the same thing with Io. Like, Io's just there. She's just holding the gold. Seth is really one of the only ones. Seth and Gunther are really the only ones that consistently put their titles up for grabs. Like,
don't forget Judgment Day.
Come and get it. Yeah, Judgment Day. I'll give it to Judgment Day. Judgment Day defended the
shit out of her title.
Rhea's defended the shit out of
Raw
her
has
title.
defended the hell out of their titles.
Raw, yeah.
SmackDown has not.
SmackDown's title, yeah, Raw has been fucking phenomenal with their fucking title defenses, with their champions not looking like slackers. And it's kind of like what Seth was saying. Like, when you look at the Raw brand and you look at SmackDown right now, SmackDown stuff it seems like it's the more premium.
Which is weird because you don't see champions on that show.
Exactly. But then you look at Raw and the champions are everywhere and they're doing shit.
Fighting.
They're fucking fighting and they're working and they're fucking, they're in the shit. And then you see SmackDown and Roman's cutting a promo. Paul
Heyman is cutting a promo.
Paul Heyman's cutting a promo.
I'm on the phone with Roman Reigns. Right?
Yeah. I love the Paul Heyman impression.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman. Call Roman Reigns. Call The Rock. Anyway, so
and that's just it. Like, you see these champions, like even Logan Paul will sit there and he'll just do something. He might participate in a match every once in a while.
Hell,
not on a PLE.
I hate the guy, but Logan's on TV more than Roman is.
Yeah.
It's a damn shame. Which, I get it. Don't get me wrong. I get why that's the case. That is taking nothing away from Joanna White. Absolutely nothing to be taken away from him as a performer, as a person.
Yeah.
I get that. That's not his fault that it's like that.
Yeah.
It's the booking's fault. Which is why, we'll get into that. Let's move on to our two main events. Our 2 world title matches, starting with Seth freaking Rollins versus DM Hunk, the savior of Wrestlemania, Drew McIntyre. So, here's what I think's going to happen. And this is what I want to happen. First of all, I would like to preface this by stating I have gone over in more extensive detail the all-out, brawl-out incident. Real glass! Cry me a river! That whole situation. Fuck Jack Perry.
Yeah.
And the more I read and the more I hear about the AEW locker room, I'm starting to understand why Punk did what he did a lot more. Do I necessarily think it was the smartest thing to do? No. Would I have also done the same thing? Probably. So, I can't exactly fault Punk for that.
As CM Punk said, hit him in the face! Hit him in the face!
And I've got to be honest with you, I was skeptical at first when he returned. I'm so excited to see him get back in the ring now. Watching that promo between him and Drew, and then Seth's music hits and he just...
it just gets on his
microphone. Oh my god! Do you want to know what I think? No. I love CM Punk. I need to apologize. You know what? Fuck AEW. Fuck the Young Bucks. Fuck Hangman Adam Page. Fuck Kenny Omega. Fuck Jack Perry. Real glass. Fucking jungle douchebag.
Oh man.
And learning more about that incident itself. Fuck Jack Perry. But also thank you, Jack Perry, because the reason we're getting WrestleMania 40 the way it is, it's all Jack Perry's fault. If you look it up, it's all Jack Perry's fault. Anyway, so...
I'm okay with that.
This match, with Punk as special guest commentator, is going to be an absolute slobber knocker, to steal words from girl JR. Boom, boom.
It's the other reason why I came up with that idea that I texted you earlier. Because I want to hear this.
Mm-hmm. That's true! You're sharing a headphone when that match comes on. But anywho, I think this is a clear case of we all know what's going to happen here, right? Like,
Hang on.
I love Seth.
Can we do Jin's picture painting time?
Sure, go right ahead. I think you and I are on the same page here.
Okay. So here's how this is gonna work, right? Everything's gonna be fine until about halfway through the match, right? Then the distractions start. The guys start noticing Punk more. They start taking shots at him. Punk's talking shit right back because that's how Punk operates.
He's going to carry a Pepsi with him to the ring, for sure.
Yes. And then Drew's going to come down there. He's going to say some dumb shit. And then Punk's going to get involved. In all honesty, Drew's going to end up winning. At the end of the day, something's going to happen. Drew is... I don't know exactly what, but Drew is going to end up winning the title. But as CM Punk is walking out, after laying out Drew McIntyre with a go to sleep at WrestleMania...
You and I are thinking the exact same ending of this match.
The Judgment Day theme song hits.
I don't know.
And Damian Priest comes rushing down the fucking ramp.
Mm-hmm.
And he cashes
a Punk.
the money in the... No, he pulls a Raw. Yeah, no. He pulls a Punk.
Mm-hmm.
He cashes in at WrestleMania. He fucking picks up Drew McIntyre one more time for a South of Heaven choke slam. 1, 2, 3. Damian Priest is your new World Heavyweight Champion because they have set it up. And here's why my mind is going to this. The entire time that Drew has been fucking around with Seth, Damian's been fucking around with Drew. Mm-hmm. He's been costing him his shot. Drew's been getting pissed. The ultimate fuck you.
Yep, I agree.
Take his title at Mania.
I agree. Now,
Damian Priest walks out of WrestleMania World Heavyweight Champion. That's my prediction.
I agree. I pretty much, beat for beat, think that's what's going to happen. I think, it could go either way in this situation, because I think, obviously, whatever happens in that match does not matter. Because at the end of it, whoever wins is getting GTS'd. And whoever gets GTS'd...
They're both getting GTS'd.
Possibly.
They're both getting laid out. What's going to happen is they're going to say some slick shit to Punk, and then at the end of the match, once Drew McIntyre wins... Punk's gonna put Drew McIntyre to sleep, and then he's gonna put Rollins to sleep.
I think whoever loses is gonna be too busy selling. I think that's what's gonna happen. I think whoever loses is gonna be too laid out and is too busy selling.
Possibly.
I think what's gonna happen is the winner gets GTS'd and then cashed in on. Point blank, period. The only thing that could make this whole thing even more poetic is if Seth wins, gets GTS'd, and cashed in on. Because then he's pulling a Seth Rollins and a Punk and an altercation that involves Seth Rollins and Punk. You see what I'm saying? He cashes in at Mania to win the world title, like Seth Rollins did, on an injured opponent, like Punk did. So I think that's the only way that it could be more poetic. I think it makes more sense for Drew to win.
I would say, yeah, my only thing with that is it would have to be Drew.
I think it's going to be Drew.
Because of the setup between Drew and Priest.
I would like it to be Rollins, but only because of the poetry involved in that. Yeah. But it just makes more sense for it to be Drew because, first of all, Seth is still, probably going to take some time off.
Not to mention he's going to be injured.
That's what I'm saying. He's going to take some time off.
Yeah.
To heal up, and he's going with his wife on the book tour.
Yeah, so, well, not to mention, but it's also going to be, it's got to be Drew, because Rollins is going to be hurt from night one.
Yeah, it has to.
They're going to fuck him up.
I feel like the only other reason it should be Seth is because, you still want Seth to look strong.
Yeah.
But I think you're right. I think night one's going to fuck him up. I think night two is going to get fucked up, and I think we're going to get a return. I think we're going to get heel Seth back when he returns.
Probably.
As much as I really kind of don't want to see heel Seth anymore, because I've never really liked heel Seth. I actually like face Seth, which is weird, because I didn't like heel Seth at all.
I feel like we're going to get tweener Seth. I feel like he's going to be going after a champion
We're getting Ooh, so that brings to the question I want to ask you, this prediction. Who do you think's champion rolling into Mania 40? One. Because I think Punk wins it somewhere along the way in the year, and then sets up for his match against Seth at Mania 41.
That wouldn't be a bad idea.
That's what I'm thinking. It's going to happen. But
moving on to
we already
this
know.
weekend.
So this is
Final
let
match.
I want you to let me paint a picture here.
Okay. This is Vegeta's picture painting time.
The deck is stacked. Cody is hurt still from night one. But we've all seen what an injured Cody Rhodes can do. Even in the most hellacious of situations with the deck stacked against him. Torn pectoral muscle.
Hell of a cell.
Exactly. So, the Bloodline's all going to come out there, swarming the ring. It's clearly not going to go well for Cody Rhodes. You know, they're going to let Roman have his fun. They're going to toy with him a bit. You know, and then Cody's going to start building some momentum. And obviously this match is going to be at least an hour long. They're going to be building momentum. You know, and then the Bloodline's going to cut it off. The Rock's going to come out there. And he's going to get, you know, he's going to kind of sit back and let Jimmy, you know, do his thing. And put his hands. This is another reason why I think Jimmy needs to win night one. And why I think the Bloodline needs to take out Jey Uso. Because...
And then Jay can't come to Cody's aid.
Mm-hmm. Solo gets in. And he's about to spike. He's about to spike Cody. Because, obviously, you know, Solo. And then, whilst he's about to spike him...
I just thought of something else.
What about you? What?
Yeah. I just thought of something else.
Mm-hmm.
On night 2,
Mm-hmm.
after Seth's match
Mm-hmm.
with Drew McIntyre.
Mm-hmm. You couldn't have waited?
Yes, because this falls into what you're doing.
Okay.
The Bloodline jumps Seth.
Ah, yeah, that's
as
true.
Damien's walking out
Ah,
of the
that's
World
true.
Heavyweight title.
That's true. Make sure he can't get involved
Because
either.
then he can't get involved
Mhm.
either.
Take both of them out. And then Solo's about to spike Cody and then... What about you? You know, nobody... And then, of course, nobody shows up because, he's invisible. But then he comes out and he gets his salty run back on Solo. Yeah, you go ahead, breathe.
You start seeing shoulder tackles from nowhere. People just start falling down and taking...
Why the hell is Solo selling?
Why is there a pair of shorts in the ring and Solo selling? What the fuck?
Yeah. So, he's getting his salty because we haven't seen him since he lost to Solo. Boom, gets a salty run back. And then, here comes Jimmy to get involved. Jimmy's going to start beating up Cody. And then... But gold. And Gold Dust comes out. Because I don't think they'll let him do Dustin, but, Gold Dust comes out.
No. I feel like, honestly, if they are going to allow him to do it, because, see, it's...
Do you think he'll do his Dustin theme, though?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
He would have to.
I thought that'd be
because
cool.
it'd be the perfect brother
Yeah.
shit. Because he'd have to come out with the half face
yeah.
paint.
Comes
Oh
out.
my God.
That would be better.
If he comes out as Dustin Rhodes,
Oh, yeah, then he's definitely whooping ass.
he's whooping ass.
But yeah, then he comes out and then he chases off Jimmy or whatever. And then the final boss steps into the ring.
And hear-
he's eyeing up Cody and he's walking and he's talking. And then all of a sudden all you hear is Stone Cold! Stone Cold! Stone Cold! Stone Cold! He's walking! He's talking! Oh God! Stone Cold is here! Stone Cold is here! Cold Steve Austin. Oh no, I had to plug your mic again. Stone Cold Steve Austin comes in and he
starts
stuns.
cleaning house.
He starts stomping a mud hole in the Rock, walking that some bitch dry. What? And he comes in there. He gets his hands on his beady little eyes, and he stomps that little bastard out in the corner. What? He's gonna give him 1 stunner, 2 stunners, 3 stunners.
What?
He's gonna turn to Roman's sorry ass. There's gonna be 4 stunners.
What?
A Bloody Mary, a chair shot, A Luthez press!
What?
He's gonna clean house, son! And then Cody is gonna catch Roman in the distraction with the crossroads. In the middle of the ring. 1, 2, 3. Crowd erupts. I shit my pants.
The fairy tale ending
to this story.
WrestleMania.
That is, and I think there's no better way to end that show.
Like, honestly, dude, that is what I'm really hoping.
That's what I'm hoping for.
That would be the ultimate fucking setup.
Now, what I think is going to happen, we get 1, maybe 2 of those.
Oh, yeah. Maybe.
We're not getting all 3. Like, I really don't see that happening.
Yeah.
If it does happen,
any of them, it needs to be Stone Cold.
If all 3 happen, I will worship the ground that Triple H walks on. Like, straight up, like no hesitation.
No joke, dude. Like, no joke.
If you could pull off all 3 of those, I see.
And it's really just, and if you really think about it from a business perspective, all it is The Rock calling up some of his old buddies.
Yeah, because I mean, you know, if Rock's involved, you know it's on his mind.
Oh,
I wonder what Steve's doing.
Yeah. What would be the biggest pop for WrestleMania?
The biggest WrestleMania of all time?
If this pays off, I will take back every negative thing that I said about The Rock.
During this whole build?
During this whole build.
Yeah.
Because, to be honest with you, when that man says, shut your mouth and let's enjoy the ride that The Rock is taking you on.
And now go home and start some more crap.
This is the fucking ride!
Oh yeah, hands down, you guys got it. You guys got it. You know what? Dude, I'm telling you, I feel like Austin has to happen. That's the big one. I feel like for sure we're getting Cena. Hands down, we're getting Cena. 100%.
Yeah, I feel like
that's a
sure
shoe
we're getting Cena.
Because he was feuding with Solo when he left.
But bro, if we can get Dustin,
dude, that's the one that I'm not sure we're getting. Solely because Tony Khan.
Yeah, but let's be honest. Cody could just fucking call Tony and be like, listen, asshole.
I'll send Punk back over there.
I made you a lot of money, and I'll send Punk back over there.
I'll send Punk back over there to make you fear for your life again. I'm gonna start punching people in the face! Just swinging his bat.
All he's gotta say is, if you don't let Dustin come over for WrestleMania, I'll take away MJF.
I will sign him today.
Like, I will fucking make him an offer that he won't refuse.
That's the only other reason why I think we might get Gold Dust.
Bro.
Because we may not be able to get Dustin. Okay, you won't give us Dustin? We'll take Gold Dust then.
Can you imagine if MJF comes to the WWE?
I don't think it's happening at Mania.
I don't know. It's not going to happen at Mania, but can you imagine if and when he comes to the WWE?
Oh, he's going to definitely blur the lines. He's going to feud with Punk, and he's going to blur the lines.
Especially if we're going back to Attitude Era style, which is kind of what it seems like we're going to with Netflix.
It's going to be uncensored on Netflix.
Yeah.
He's going to be like, I was walking backstage, and I noticed there was some real glass back there, Punk. So, just some stupid shit like that.
Oh my god. But, ladies and gentlemen,
it's clear who we like.
It's clear, who we think is going to win, who we want to win. Otherwise,
if Cody
probably
loses,
just not watching wrestling anymore.
Yeah, if Cody loses, call me a Cody crybaby. Me and my McNuggets are going to watch something else. How about that? You know what? Because if Cody loses, at this point, if Cody loses, he needs to put the paint back on.
Yeah.
He might as well just be Stardust.
For real though.
Or go back to AEW. Because there's no point. Because you've buried the fuck out of him now. So if he loses, yeah, you're a jobber. You go fight for the Intercontinental title. You will never be world champion here.
Yeah.
You will never be world champion. And to all you hashtag rock suckers out there, and Roman glazers, you tribal queefs out there, I cannot wait to drink your tears when Roman loses, and I can't wait to go. I've never wanted to log into Twitter more in my life than the night after WrestleMania Night 2. Simply because I cannot wait to see, especially Mr. Nav and his LeBron James profile picture, the king of glazing Roman Reigns online. I cannot wait to see his reactions. Oh, fucking Cody Rhodes on fucking AEW. Yeah, fuck you.
Anyway.
But
on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we have to finish getting ready to prepare for our trip for WrestleMania.
In 12 hours, we will be leaving.
Yes.
Can't wait. All right, let's go ahead and end this here so we can get you packed and we can.
And on that note, drink your water, don't be a dick, and have a nice day.
And in the immortal words of Down Straight, whoa.